commitment from men. Who here at
Yes.
the table agrees? Do you agree that women should wait to have sex until they are sure they're seeing consistency and commitment from men? Or at least waiting some portion of time before just having sex?
I think so.
Guys, into the mics, please.
I think so.
What was the question?
That was a nope for me.
No for you. I recall that in your notes. Over here, you guys?
No.
So no waiting.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Correct.
And then those of you who said, yeah, I should wait, just show of hands, have you been with a guy that you didn't wait for?
I'm sorry, what the question?
I'm sorry, I'm not going to repeat myself. You just have to kind of listen, and I'm sorry, but...
Yeah, the guy that I was with for 6 years, I think it was maybe after like a month or so. It was still waiting, but not like an extended period. And obviously it worked out until I left. Yeah.
Okay, let me simplify the question here. Those of you who said, yes, it's good to wait, have you ever not waited?
I mean, how long is waiting? I don't know. Like
One
I
night
said, waiting a month. Yeah.
stands.
How long do you think you should wait?
I would say at least like a month, personally. I think anything longer than
Which
that would be
happens to
excessive.
correspond with the exact amount of time that you
Exactly.
happened to wait in the shortest period, right?
That's why I did.
Right. Okay.
I'm like, ladies, take
isn't
notes.
isn't that interesting that it just happens to correspond with the shortest period of time?
She manifested.
I was about to say.
Yeah, exactly. So, man, I mean, on your journey,
A short journey, but a journey nonetheless.
Yeah, on your journey
yes.
of self-discovery.
Exactly.
What about you? What's the shortest amount of time that you should wait?
I usually, everybody I ended up doing it with was like 6 months or over.
Okay.
I've never had a one night stand.
You're a fucking liar!
You think I'm a liar?
I was gonna just call you out on that because
think
you
I'm
just
lying?
said the guy you were
You
with was
waited.
6 months
Yeah.
and you haven't touched him yet.
We literally just did it. And I don't have to fucking
I call
lie.
bullshit.
I don't have to fucking lie. Honestly, if I'm being fucking for real, I did have sex with him literally now, and now we're going to Italy next month for my birthday, and I think I might end up really being with this guy.
Wait, so the quickest you've hooked up with a guy was 6 months?
Yes. You guys, everybody can think I'm a liar. I don't give a damn.
So
I know me.
So you haven't done 5 months or 4 months, which 3? That's even a long time. Haven't done that.
No.
Also, oral counts.
Is it what count?
Oral counts.
Oral counts. Oh no, I don't even like giving head. I like receiving it.
Did he give you head before then? Did he give you head before
Oh,
then?
yes, he did. So there's.
How long in?
Okay, that's
6
sad.
months?
Okay,
Come
okay.
How
That was like 2 months in, 2-3 months
Total
in. So
bullshit.
Yeah.
no,
dude,
on God, I swear to God, I'm not even
So he
capping.
gave you head and that was that. No, like
This is
nothing
this
else.
is so much cope.
I
so
swear
much
to
cope.
God, you guys are not even knowing. People that actually know me know that this is how I am.
Wait, hold on. And you're a sex worker.
This
though,
guy's
right?
giving you, taking you
what
to
I was
Italy.
gonna
and
say.
you
You're a
don't
sex
even-
worker, right? Like stripper. You
I used to strip. I don't
do
strip anymore.
You used to, but you do
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
When you were a
well,
stripper,
OnlyFans is like me, like
Wait, so
basically twerking.
your like moral compass is that's like you'll do like stripping and all that, but like one night stand, it's just totally off the table.
I think that is so different.
I mean, it's possible, but it's typically
Having one night stands, that's like totally different
Okay,
from
how about
stripping.
okay, fine. You hooked up with a guy on the 3rd date and you dated him for 3 years. That's never really. You dated them for a couple months or a couple years. Really?
few weeks.
Every guy.
when you were a stripper, did you do
That's so
extras?
bullshit.
No.
Okay.
I'm not a prostitute, so I don't. Nothing.
See, at least you know that that's prostitution.
That's prostitution.
So
Honestly,
many-
you
so
guys
many
can
strippers who
believe
say
whatever
that
the hell
that's
you guys
not.
want to
It's
believe,
wild.
but I know what the hell I did. I shake ass, and that's the most I fucking did. So, and that's what I do on my OnlyFans. If you guys want to subscribe, go ahead. Feel free to. You'll see a bunch of ass.
Wait, can I ask you a question? So, like, if you heard a stripper tell you, because you worked in how many clubs?
Like 8.
8 different clubs.
Yeah.
So, if like a stripper came up to you and she told you she was a virgin, would you believe her?
There's a possibility. There's those rare few. I mean, I started like.
Which way
stripping
would
at-
you lean, though?
Huh?
Which way would you lean?
Well, obviously, everybody's gonna be looking at her. You're a stripper. Everybody assumes that strippers are like what, whores, but that's not the case.
Well, so it is. Look, I'll even grant that it is possible a woman could I suppose, jump a few steps ahead and become a stripper but still be a virgin. It could happen. Maybe it has. In fact, it probably has happened. But it's kind of like it's like, oh, somebody just jumps straight into like shooting heroin. It's like, well, did
Stripping, you're going to compare stripping to shooting heroin?
No, what I'm trying to say,
Kinda like
it's
the
like
leeway
the
into it.
the
Yeah,
like
he's saying that
escalation.
there's a lead into it.
It's all how you look at stuff. It's all how you do stuff. So pretty much, yes, I was
True,
stripping.
but you agree with me that there's patterns for how people usually do stuff.
Yeah.
And one of those patterns is like if you're a hard drug addict, you usually started with softer drugs. If you're somebody who's
Like a
in
gateway
sex work,
drug.
yeah. If you're somebody who's in sex work, you usually had kind of a graduated experience from promiscuity to this, right?
She was a
there's
Jehovah's
still,
Witness.
in other words, there's still patterns.
Unless they're doing it out of like necessity, like they're in a financial bind or something, they have no other choice. You know what I mean? Like maybe they became a stripper for that reason, and they don't like enjoy it per se.
No,
but,
that's
like,
not usually the pattern,
Never.
though,
I have
right? That
friends
would
that have
be
done it for that
I
reason.
think that would usually be the outlier to the pattern. I'm
Yeah.
not saying again that's not
Yeah.
possible and doesn't happen. I'm sure it does. Brian would concede that does.
Do you think like every stripper does it because they enjoy it genuinely?
No.
If a girl
So,
is stripping,
hang on.
there's-
Hang on. Let me respond real quick. So, to your question, nothing's a monolith. It's not saying all cases of all things always are X, right? That would be absurd.
Yeah.
You just can't ever make the human behavior's super complex, so you can't always make those determinations. But what I can say is that human beings are pattern recognition machines, and that is what we are. And that's how you can predict that you're in a safe area. That's how you can and you're almost always right about these things, right? Because you predict it based on patterns. The same thing occurs with stripping, sex work, drug addicts, addictive behavior. And you know this because you can make predictions based on these things.
Okay.
Right?
Making predictions, that's judging a book by its cover. Like usually what doctors usually do is making an educated guess.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And I thought
mean,
that you
that's
were just
no
talking
idea
about
what
Look, that's
is the backstory.
That's true, but there's all sorts of times where judging a book by its cover is just fine. Like, let me give you an example of that. A guy runs in with a rifle and a ski mask into a store. He might not be robbing the store, right? Is that not correct? He might not be robbing the store, right?
I mean, it's a bit different.
9 times out of that's
a girl that
Oh, wait a second.
But
Why are
the-
you judging a book by its cover?
Because he's-
That's wait a second.
on.
That's unbelievable that you would do
It's because
that.
he's trying to harm someone. A stripper's not trying to hurt
Wait,
anyone.
harm? Wait.
Yeah.
We haven't
But
established
it can
he's
be
trying to harm
assumed.
anyone.
But it
We
can
haven't
be assumed
established
because that's like a fight or
You're
flight. If someone runs
assuming,
in with
right?
a
You're
gun.
assuming.
If someone
You're
runs in with a weapon, yes.
Okay,
then
here.
you
Let me give you an
assume that's
easier
fight or flight.
example. You're walking down the street at night, okay, and there's a group of men who are walking towards you, and you cross the street. Aren't you making a shitload of assumptions?
Again, that's a woman alone at night in
So?
the middle of the street. One's a woman in a strip club doing
Making
her job.
tons of assumptions.
Right, but one's like a matter of safety. Both of those were.
So what? Everything's a matter of safety.
A stripper?
Every predictive model you come up with is a matter of safety. What are you talking about?
How is that
You
for
actually
stripping,
willingly
though?
going to the strip club. So how is that a
Everything.
matter of
Okay, tell
safety?
me what you do that isn't a matter of safety. Honestly, when you make a predictive model based on how you judge people
If I
or
were a
judge your
stripper.
surroundings, yeah, that wouldn't be a safety issue.
How?
You wouldn't want like bouncers around, things like this.
But what? Okay, but back to the initial question, though. I don't understand. Like,
Back to the fact that we're pattern recognition machines. Because we're pattern recognition machines, we pick up patterns all the time, nonstop. We make all sorts of judgments on people all the time for our own personal safety.
that might be wrong, right?
Yeah, of course.
So assuming she went into sex work because she was already promiscuous.
okay,
you know?
but I'm
That's
not
what
saying that they couldn't be wrong, but I'm giving
Right.
you examples of where you could be wrong when a guy runs in with a mask, or
those are
if a
matters of
guy,
safety.
if you hop into a car that's making loud banging noises, right?
Safety
You could be
again, yeah.
complete everything
But
safety.
not a
What isn't
stripper, a
safety?
stripper.
How is that not
Not a
safe? I
stripper,
don't
really.
understand how that's not safety
Because
related.
she wasn't promiscuous prior. She might not have been. She might have been going into it because of necessity.
Yeah, but your
That's not-
value. Okay,
nothing
wait,
pertains-
stop.
Help me
We're
understand
talking
how
past
that
each other.
pertains to safety.
You're making a value judgment,
Mm-hmm.
right? Why would you be making a value judgment on if someone's a sex worker or not? It's because you think, okay, wait a second, there might be a problem here. Might be an
Right.
issue here.
An issue? What do you mean an issue?
Yeah.
What's
Well, like, I don't know, if you were dating and someone says, oh, I'm a sex worker, now you're worried about what?
Using that sex
Hang
worker
on,
term is
let
crazy.
Me answer the question. Okay, now suddenly it's, oh, she might have STDs. Oh, she might have venereal disease. She might be very promiscuous, or those all seem like they're very much safety related to me.
But
that's if you go to that point to end up trying to have sex with a stripper. What strippers are exotic dancers.
Yeah, but what I'm
I
talking
dance,
about
I
is
entertain.
value judgments, which are generally made.
saying how it could affect you is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Well, they're
that's
not-
how we make all value judgments.
They're not just dancers. I mean, you buy a dance, you go in the back room, they sit on your lap, and all of that. So
Yes, I think we're just
that's
I think we're just talking
promiscuous.
past each other.
But
So
I
maybe
think
we
it's the same.
can.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
I do. Like that it's like basically what's her past because of what she does, which I don't think is like always accurate, of course. But I do see what you're saying
Yeah.
about how like there's a risk associated because there's an image that
Right.
people
Right.
see.
And so because of this risk which is there, that's why value judgments are there, right? It's the same reason I think that women will cross the street if they're alone at night and there's, two men walking towards them, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Right? I think that they're making a value judgment even though it's probably wrong. In fact, it almost always will be wrong. Almost every single time. But I don't blame them for doing it. I don't blame them for making that value
Maybe the
judgment.
same thing with your judgment is wrong with possibly, I don't know how you judge exotic dancers, but maybe your judgment is wrong for that.
Yeah.
Do you think that exotic dancers are like
But even if I
whores?
conceded that was true, that really wouldn't negate my point, which is that we make these value judgments based on patterns that we see. So whether or not I judge them wrongly or not wrongly or whatever, that really wouldn't matter to the point of we're judging based on patterns that we see. So usually if we see a stripper, you would agree with me that in most cases, there was probably escalations which led to this. In most cases, it was not I'm 18 and I grew up on the farm and I just can't wait to get to the club. I can't wait, Dad. I can't. Come on, Fido. We're going to go take the cab to the strip club in the city. I can't wait. Like, that's not the normal story, right? The normal story is a single mom, abuse in the home, all sorts of things like this, escalations which led up to promiscuity. These are the common stories which are heard and the common stories which people hear, not, I was a little house on the prairie and I just couldn't wait to go take off my clothes in front of a bunch of men in a club. That's not usually what you hear, right?
When you say exotic dancers, do you not think strippers are sex workers?
I
Because he
think
keeps, yeah.
it's different. Like the club that I used to work out a lot was Sam's, and like I
don't
didn't
know
even
what that
take off my top.
Well, then
like,
what's a sex worker?
I consider I guess I'm a dancer. I'm an exotic dancer. I'm an entertainer. I don't consider myself a sex worker.
Yeah, well, I know, but my question was, what is a sex worker?
A prostitute? I don't know.
When
That's
men
it?
go to a strip club, what do you
Wait,
think they're there
hang
for?
on, wait. What? Like, so like somebody who's doing corn, right? They're, okay, I have to use the word because we're on YouTube. Okay, so, but they have no partner. It's just them.
Oh, wait, that's
right?
a sex worker. I guess women that are doing
Well,
porn.
is
Porn?
that prostitution?
Well, they're getting paid for it, so to a certain extent.
So if you're getting paid for some type of provocative sexual act,
Well, it's kind of I
you're-
can kind of compare it to like a burlesque show. Like if I'm just dancing with a sexy outfit.
Well, no, it's intent. So, I mean, we have a distinction in intent. It's just like with art. You can say, there could be some men who, if they go and they see a nude model, they get, they get very, riled about that. It's like, okay, but there's an intent distinction, right? So the intent distinction, if you're stripping at a club, is to make men's penises hard, right?
Well, that is.
I mean,
usually the
let's
intent,
just like
but-
be blunt, right?
Yeah, that's usually the intent.
That's what
but I'm
it is.
saying
Hang on, and that's your intent. You're not going there because you just want to listen to the music, right? You're going there because your job is to make a dude's penis hard.
My job is to look good, get money, and shake some ass.
Yeah, and
So,
you do that by
dancing.
by-
I actually, and at Sam's is not actually
that.
you sitting
I mean,
on men's laps. There's
how
no
much
lap
more
dances.
like disingenuous can you possibly be? Your job as a stripper is to make men's penis hard. Yes or no?
Nobody says I have to be touching them.
Okay, yes or no?
It's not that easy. You
Yeah,
gotta
no.
just say
So
it like
yes
that.
or no? Oh, it's as easy as saying no. Then, no, that's not your job.
No, but
It-
apparently if they're from afar and they're watching me and their dick gets hard, apparently then it is what the hell it
Apparently.
is.
So all those men are coming in because they just can't wait to see your moves.
Hell yeah.
Is there any other lies you want to give me, or?
I'm not giving no damn lies. I'm
Oh,
telling
okay.
the
So
truth.
you get hired at a strip club because men want to go in and watch you dance, or do they want to see your naked body, or do they want to see as much
You're talking
flesh
about
as they
nude
can?
clubs. I don't work at nude
Even
clubs.
if you're not working at a nude club, if you're working just as like a bikini barista, do you think that men are going in to
Obviously, they want to see good-looking women. with,
right?
like,
They
a
want to
nice
see as
body.
much flesh as they possibly can. What,
No
so what
one's
is-
going to Hooters
Yeah.
for their chicken
So what
wings,
is their
okay?
job?
They go
to
McDonald's
look
at that
fucking
point.
good.
Yeah.
No, their job's to make the dude's penis hard.
You're getting ones
There's
thrown at you,
nothing
right?
wrong with that.
Yeah, right. But can you just concede that it's true?
Eh.
You still can't concede that it's. I mean, it's so obviously true that the job of these women is to make these men riled up sexually. That's the job, right?
Okay, that's okay. Yes.
Yes.
So?
So how's that not sex work?
I don't know. I don't consider it sex work.
But is sex work a bad? You know what I mean? I don't think we have to associate it as a bad
Saying
thing.
it's
Even
sex
if it
work,
is,
the
that's
way that it
okay,
comes
you know?
off, it just sounds like a little bit off-putting.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't like the label because you fit under it, right?
I don't fit under it.
You do fit under. If you were a stripper, you're a sex worker. You meet every criteria for it. Your job is to be sexually provocative, to get men sexually riled up. Your work was sex related. That
think
was
what
the work.
she's-
So
I think
if you
she's
hang on.
limiting the
So if
act-
your
the act
work,
not.
hang on, if your work is sex related, you are therefore a
Entertainment.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
I think what she's trying to say is she
Is there
doesn't
like
actually
is there
perform
professional
the sex.
coping in that type of entertainment? Anyway, what were you
Entertainment.
I
saying?
think what her line is she's not actually performing the sex, so that doesn't make her a sex worker.
You can
that's
say
why
that
she
about a
does-
porn star,
Yeah,
though,
that's
too.
right.
They're not
She
having
doesn't
Hang on,
sex.
she made the concession
But
that
porn stars are
nope,
having
not if
sex.
they're doing
That's what
solo.
her
And you
brain's
said that
going.
that's a prostitute. Prostitute, you said was a sex worker.
I just pressed you.
Correct?
Well, if I,
Hang
okay,
on,
if
did
they're
you
having
say?
sex-
Hang on, did you say that a corn star who's doing solo content on her own was a prostitute? And earlier the
You didn't
hang on. Earlier the criteria for what a sex worker was, the criteria you said was a prostitute. Yes.
you aren't specific, like with saying like if it's by herself, but
Yeah, I was literally 100% specific. She's doing it on her own. You said that's a prostitute. She's getting paid for it.
well, no, because
Now she's not. Now she's not.
there's okay. I guess if she's doing it by herself, then it's still a sex worker. Actually, because if you're showing pussy, can I say that?
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm with you. I get it. So hang on. So that would be a sex worker.
Yeah,
Okay. And what makes her a sex worker?
showing her pussy
That's it. It's just nudity.
and her, like if she's doing like.
So
playing
what
with
if she just
herself-
did foot corn?
corn? Well, feet are actually that's a normal part of the human body.
Yeah, I
so
know, but
it's-
people are masturbating to it and sending her tons of money.
It's whatever you decide what is sex to you. People are weird
Yeah,
in this world.
but would that be considered a sex worker if this woman is doing this purposely for the purpose of having
I think
men?
it's however you portray things. Like, I guess if you get to take pictures and people are using your feet as feet corn
No,
or
no,
whatever.
no, no, no. Again, we have trouble with the establishment of intent. I agree with you that some guy could be fapping to some billboard of some chick's feet somewhere, but that was not the intent of the billboard. Whereas there are women who specifically put their feet in certain positions so that men can fap to the feet, right? How's that not sex work?
I still don't. Well, let's agree to disagree because I don't.
Let's not agree to disagree. Let's get to agreement. Let's get to where
I don't
we
think
can
we are going to
agree.
get to agreement.
Yeah, but you're just being obstinate. It's like you're arguing for the sake of argumentation because you don't want to fit under the criteria of a sex worker for stripping. By the way, just so you know, do you think like people are super dumb and that they just think, well, you know, if I call her a stripper and she says that's not a sex worker and I agree with her for the sake of just being agreeable, that they don't actually still think sex worker? Because they still do.
Okay, they can think what they want to think.
Yeah, I know, but why
overall-
are they wrong?
I just have a real quick question. Why would you not want to be classified as a sex
You're
worker?
too far from the mic.
Why would you not want to be classified as a sex worker, just out of curiosity?
I just never categorized myself as a sex worker. I've always said I was an entertainer.
When you think of like a sex worker, what like kind
Literally,
of
what comes
are
to
your
my
thoughts,
brain
you know?
is like porn stars, prostitution, like actual like real life doing it.
Yeah, I totally understand those criteria and why you would have those criteria. I just don't understand what makes those things that. and not what you were doing that. That's like where I'm having trouble reconciling this. And you just kind of say, well, because I just don't think of it that way. It's like, but now I'm making you think of it that way. Give me the what is the symmetry breaker? What is the thing that makes stripping not sex work, but these other things sex work?
Because literally a stripper can be like anything. I've literally got paid just to sit down and talk with a guy and literally
Fully-
be his
fully
him
clothed?
therapist. Yeah, well, not fully, bikinis.
Well, no, of course not.
Bikinis.
So you being,
But girls are in bikinis at the beach. It doesn't matter. Like,
but what's the purpose? What was the purpose? What was the intent?
Because men want to talk to beautiful women that have a nice body. That is what
For
that
them.
is what it is. That is what I look at.
What'd you
it
guys
as.
talk about?
His job, his relationship with his wife.
Sorry, let me cut in really quick. I've just been perusing your OnlyFans here. On your OnlyFans on August 16th, you published a video with the description that says, new secret BG, boy-girl tapes, for limited time only, boy-girl implying male-female.
no.
So you've published to your OnlyFans a video of you having sex with a man.
No,
It says BG.
I know.
So what?
I have people run my OnlyFans for me. It's just my
So-
boyfriend grabbing my ass and us taking like provocative like pictures. We never fucked. Like,
You also sell a pussy box?
they make it sound more nastier than what it is. But if you guys want to subscribe so you guys can see what I post, go ahead, feel free.
It says the most explicit face-sitting pussy POVs.
you
Bro,
gotta
you're-
make it sound crazy.
You're a sex worker, bro.
You have to.
You're a sex worker.
You're a sex worker, you're scamming
Bro,
people.
If you look at it, literally subscribe and you'll see. You'll literally see what I post.
Well, I'm just all my nudes, bare ass, tits and pussy. Bro, you're a sex
They
worker.
asked me, "Do you want to talk vulgar?" Yeah, go ahead.
But
say whatever you want
just
to
admit
say.
you're a sex worker. It's okay.
I
Say you're a sex worker.
don't think
So
I
you're
am.
scamming people on there?
Yeah. Fuck it, damn.
That's almost worse than being.
Yeah.
I think that's worse than being a set, like just.
And I don't give a
owning
damn.
it.